Let me ask you something real. Why aren't we telling people this? Why aren't we telling people that following Jesus sometimes comes with heartbreak? Oh, I know we tell people about the joy, the peace, the miracles, and all of that is true. But why aren't we talking about the nights you cry yourself to sleep after you've obeyed God? Why aren't we talking about the prayers that get answered in a way you never wanted? Why aren't we telling people about the side effects of obedience? Because here's the truth. Sometimes God's will break your will. And that hurts. We sing it, right? God, I just want your way. It sounds so beautiful in a song. But what about when his way crushes what you wanted? What about when his yes to his plan feels like a no to your dreams? It's painful to let go of your will for his will. And let's be honest, it's not always easy. We clap for surrender on Sunday, but we cry over it on Monday. We preach God's plan is better, but better doesn't always feel better in the moment. So here's my question. How do you deal with that pain? Can we talk about that pain? What about the pain of accepting what you didn't want? When God hands you something and says, this is my will, and you're looking at it saying, Lord, this isn't my will. It's not what you prayed for. It's not what you pictured. It's not what you had in mind, but it's exactly what he's giving you. And then he asks you to love it. He asks you to be faithful with it. He asks you to stay with it. And let's go a little deeper. How about the pain of training your heart not to love what you loved? Oh, it just got quiet in here. I know, Holy Ghost. Talk to us. Because I can't love obedience and love rebellion at the same time. I can't cling to God's truth and still hold hands with what's killing me. But here's the hard part. Sometimes the thing you have to let go of isn't bad in the world's eyes. It's just not God's will for you. And your heart doesn't change overnight. You've got to train your heart. You've got to wake up and remind yourself, I don't belong to that anymore. I don't love that anymore. I'm choosing his way. And some days that choice feels like heartbreak all over again. Now, how do you deal with the pain of loving God's timing when you feel like he forgot about you? You've been faithful, you've been obedient, you've been praying, and it feels like heaven is silent. You watch other people get what you've been praying for. You clap for them, but you're crying inside. How do you deal with that? How do you still trust when you feel overlooked? How do you still pray when the answer hasn't come? How do you still fast when the breakthrough hasn't broken through? See, if we don't talk about this, here's what happens. When it gets hard, we quit. When it gets hard, we fold. When it gets hard, we walk away. When it gets hard, we doubt Jesus. When it gets hard, we doubt the gospel. And some of you aren't struggling with your faith because you don't believe God exists. You're struggling because nobody prepared you for the pain that comes with obedience. So I want to teach you something today. How to steward pain. Because pain is not your enemy. Pain is the midwife of purpose. It delivers you into the next thing God has for you. And if you run from it, you'll run from the very thing that's birthing your destiny. Let me tell you, Jesus himself knew this. The cross wasn't comfortable. Gethsemane wasn't painless. He said, Father, if there's any way, let this cup pass from me. Yet not my will, but yours be done. Even Jesus felt the weight of obeying when it hurt. And the pain didn't mean God had abandoned him. The pain meant he was in the middle of his purpose. See, pain is a teacher, but only if you stay in the class. Some of us drop out too soon. We try to medicate it, distract from it, bury it. But God says, no, I need you to feel this. I'm shaping you in this. Pain exposes where you've been depending on yourself. Pain reveals where you've been leaning on people more than on God. Pain will strip you down to where your only answer is, Lord, if you don't do it, it won't get done. And let me tell you something. There is a right way and a wrong way to steward pain. The wrong way is to turn it into bitterness. The wrong way is to use it as an excuse to disobey. The wrong way is to let it harden your heart so nothing and no one can reach you. The right way? You turn your pain into an altar. You bring it into prayer. You talk to God about it, raw and unfiltered. Lord, I hate this. Lord, I don't understand this. Lord, I feel like I'm breaking. And you let him meet you right there. You open the word and let his promises become louder than your feelings. You worship not because it feels good, but because it keeps your heart soft in the middle of the fire. You fast so your spirit stays stronger than your flesh. Look at Joseph. He was betrayed, lied on, thrown in prison, forgotten. He could have let that pain make him bitter, but he stewarded it. He stayed faithful, and the very pain that could have destroyed him became the platform that promoted him. And Jesus, the pain of the cross, became the pathway to the resurrection. That's why I'm telling you, if you run from pain, you might be running from your crown. So here's the word for you. Don't waste your pain. Don't let heartbreak push you from God. Let it pull you deeper into Him. Don't let the delay make you doubt His plan. Let it make you more desperate for His presence. You're not forgotten. You're not overlooked. You're in training. And yes, obedience will cost you something, but what you gain will make the heartbreak worth it. The side effects of obedience may break your heart, but the reward of obedience will heal it. Let's share the gospel with our lives, not just our words. Let's be living proof that obedience is worth it, even when it hurts, because the reward is Him.